Welcome to Maths and Science by IITian channel. In today's lecture, I will be solving a factorial of a real number such as 4.5. What is the value of the factorial 4.5? It's not a positive integer. We know that factorial of a positive integer is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 up to 1. But here n is equal to positive integer. If n is not a positive integer, it is a positive real number. For any positive real number, like n is equal to 2.2, we can say 10.9, 100.3. How to find out the factorial for them? Is factorial available only for positive integers, or factorial can be found out for fractions also, decimals also? Then how to approach it? There is a very good formula called as function rather. To solve this problem, this is called as gamma function. I want to introduce the concept of gamma function so that this gamma function can be used for finding the factorial of any real number, whether it is an integer, positive integer, any positive real number rather, whether it is a positive integer, whether it is a positive decimal, or whether it is a positive rational number. We will try to find out by using the gamma function the value of 4.5 factorial, where it is given by some value x into square root of pi. We just see the factorial of a real number is some x multiplied by an irrational number. Just to try to understand this. Pi is an irrational number. Then, can we go for 4.6? Yes, we can go. 4.6 factorial, 4.8 factorial. We'll be able to do it. We'll be able to find, provided we understand the concept behind the gamma function. I want to introduce the concept of gamma function to you, and from there, here, if 4.5 factorial is equal to x into square root of pi, then what is the greatest integer x value? This is the question. In this, it's not only about solving the given question, it is about finding the importance of gamma function in finding the factorials of any real positive number. And also, for your understanding, I have already discussed about the Stirling's approximation in my previous videos. That is an approximation for this gamma function. Gamma function is a definite integral. You should have some knowledge about the integration and definite integral and calculus to understand this concept. Let's delve into the problem. This type of problems are very useful in competitive examinations like IIT JEE Advanced. Somewhere we can use. Knowing more is not a problem. Knowing this gamma function concepts will be useful for you, and also in CSIR mathematics examination these will be useful, and also for many higher engineering mathematics also, like GATE mathematics, engineering mathematics, engineering applications, science applications. This gamma function is very useful. I want to develop a concept on gamma function and solve this problem. While solving this problem, I will develop the concepts. This will be useful even for higher level Olympiad examinations. Let's go further. What is the question given? Question is 4.5 factorial is equal to some x into square root of pi. Then find out the greatest integer x value. Let's go for the solution. We know what is factorial for? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is equal to 24. What is factorial 5? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is 120. Then factorial 4.5 lies between 24 and 120. This is the range. The answer should be between these two. Now how to find out this factorial? There is no direct formula to find out the factorial of any real number. Here, to find it, we have to define a function called gamma function. A gamma function is denoted by like this. It is the definition. Please remember this. Gamma function of n, or we can say gamma function of n, any number, any real number greater than 0, positive real number. Gamma function of n is equal to, by definition, it is 0 to infinity integral, definite integral, e to the power of minus x into x to the power of n minus 1 dx. This is the gamma function. Very important formula. Please remember this. This is a definite integral formula where n is greater than 0. And using this formula, let us try to find out. If n is replaced by some value m plus 1, if, let us try to manipulate this function, if n is equal to m plus 1. M is also any positive real number. Then what happens? gamma of m plus 1 is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x, x to the power of m plus 1 minus 1 dx. That implies gamma m plus 1 is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x, x to the power of m dx. In general, if m is replaced by n, in general, gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n. This is another very important derivation, very important, very important deduction from the definition of the gamma. What is gamma n? Gamma n is equal to 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x, x to the power of n minus 1 dx. Gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n. This here we may be prompted to prove this, because this is the heart of the total problem what we are going to solve. How could you deduce this from definitions? From definitions to prove above. I am going slow because I want you to appreciate the importance of this equation, this function, and understand the function well. To prove above, gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n. Let us say from definitions, gamma n plus 1 is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of n dx. X to the power of n plus 1 will become n. X to the power of n minus 1 will become n, because we have taken n as n plus 1. Then integrate this value. This integration is a preliminary integration by parts, which you can do very well, and you treat this as a homework and do it. Mathematics can be understood only by doing something. Once you integrate this, you will get the answer gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of x minus 1 dx. That implies gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n. Proved. Now, from the definition of gamma function, gamma n is given as integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of n minus 1 dx. Gamma 1 is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of 1 minus 1 dx, that is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into 1 dx, that is equal to 1. Gamma 2 is equal to gamma 1 plus 1, that is equal to here this is n, this is n plus 1, gamma n plus 1 is, we know gamma n plus 1 is equal to gamma n, n into gamma n. N is 1, 1 into gamma 1. What is gamma 1? Gamma 1 is 1. 1 into 1 is equal to 1, that is equal to factorial 1. What is gamma 3? Gamma 2 plus 1. 2 is n, that is equal to 2 into gamma 2. What is gamma 2 value? That is 1. That means 2 into 1, that is factorial 2. Gamma 4 is equal to gamma 3 plus 1, that is equal to 3 into gamma 3, that is equal to 3 into 2 into 1, that is factorial 3. Then what is gamma 4? Gamma 4 is gamma 3 plus 1, that is gamma 3 into gamma 3. What is gamma 3? Gamma 3 is 3 into 2 into gamma 3 is 2 into 1. 3 into 2 into 1, that is equal to factorial 3. I have redone gamma 4. No problem. If you redo mathematics, nothing wrong in it. We will be practicing. Gamma 5 is equal to gamma 4 plus 1, that is equal to 4 into gamma 3. That is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is factorial 4. What is gamma 6? Gamma 6 is equal to gamma 5 plus 1, that is equal to 5 into gamma 5, that is equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is factorial 5. Are you able to find some relation between these two? Gamma, the final relation is very important, very important formula. Gamma n plus 1 is equal to factorial n. This is the ultimate formula we have got from the gamma function, connecting the gamma function and factorial. Now, here what I have to find, it is a very important formula, please remember it. Gamma n plus 1 is equal to factorial n. Gamma n plus 1 is equal to factorial n. Gamma n plus 1 is equal to factorial n. Why I repeated this? This is a very important formula for connecting the gamma function and factorials. It's a very important formula, please remember it. Very important. Now, what I have to find out now? My definitions of factorials are unable to give me factorial 4.5. Then what I have to do? Factorial 4.5 is not in the definition of the discrete function of factorials. factorial 4.5 is not defined in discrete factorial function. Then how to find out? That is the question. How to find out 4.5 factorial? That is the important question. To solve this, we will use the gamma function. Use definition of gamma function and subsequent derivations of the gamma function and connecting it to factorial. That's what we have done. Gamma n plus 1 is equal to factorial n for all positive real numbers of n greater than 0. Hence, factorial n from the definitions of the gamma function will get it as 0 to infinity. It's an exact formula. 0 to infinity. Factorial n is equal to 0 to infinity. E to the power of minus x into x to the power of gamma n plus 1 is you replace n by n plus 1, that is equal to n dx. This is the most important formula we have deduced from definitions of the gamma function. For example, if you want to find out the factorial 0, the reason why factorial 0 is equal to 1, factorial n is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of n dx. If n is equal to 0, that implies factorial 0 is equal to 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of 0 dx, that is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x dx. That is equal to 1. Because of this reason, factorial 0 is equal to 1. Value of factorial half, that will be 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of half dx. That will be equal to, please do this mathematics on your own, square root of pi by 2. Please do this mathematics. Factorial half is nothing but gamma half plus 1, that is gamma 3 by 2. We have the values of gamma 1, 2, 3, 4, gamma 3 by 2, gamma 2 is factorial 1, gamma 3 is equal to factorial 2. Gamma 3 by 2 is factorial half. Now, let's move further. Here, what will be the value of gamma 4.5? That is equal to, not gamma, we are talking about factorial 4.5. Factorial 4.5 is equal to gamma n plus 1. This is n 4.5. That will be 4.5 plus 1. That is gamma 5.5 is required. This is what we have to find out. Now, we have to find out gamma 5.5. But we know that gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n, which implies gamma 4.5 plus 1, that is 5.5 is equal to 4.5 plus 1. That is equal to 4.5 into gamma 1. Do you agree? What is gamma 4.5? Is equal to 4.5 is equal to gamma 3.5 plus 1. Do you agree? That is equal to here little mistake, it is not gamma 1, it is n into gamma n 4.5. Now gamma 4.5 is equal to gamma 3.5 plus 1, that is equal to 3.5 into gamma 3.5. Now gamma 3.5 is equal to gamma 2.5 plus 1, that is equal to 2.5 into gamma 2.5. Then gamma 2.5 is equal to gamma 1.5 plus 1, that is equal to 1.5 into gamma 1.5. Then gamma 1.5 is equal to gamma 1 plus 0.5, that is equal to gamma 0.5 into gamma 0.5. Now ultimately what we have got? Gamma 5.5 we have to find out to get the 4.5 factor. That is 4.5 into gamma 4.5. Instead of 4.5 what we can write? The whole can be written as 4.5 into 3.5 into 2.5 into 1.5 into 0.5 into gamma 0.5. That implies gamma 5.5 is nothing but 4.5 factorial, that is equal to 4.5 into 3.5 into 2.5 into 1.5 into 5 into gamma 0.5. Now, here the only thing what we have to find out is gamma 0.5. Except that all others are numerals only. This is nothing but what is that? That is nothing but just calculate 4.5 into 3.5, everything you calculate. 4.5 into 3.5 into 2.5 into 1.5 into 0.5, that is 29.53125 into gamma 0.5. This is the intermittent step what we have got from the definitions of gamma function. Now we have to find gamma 0.5 is equal to how much? For any value of n greater than 0, what is the gamma function? Gamma n is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of n minus 1 dx. That implies gamma half. It is gamma half, gamma 0.5. That is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of minus half. N minus 1 is 1, half minus 1 is minus half dx. This value is to be found out. Once this value is found, this value 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of minus half dx. How to find out this value? You do your basic integral calculus. To find this integral, let us say, let x is equal to t square. What happens then? Dx is equal to 2t dt. When x tends to 0, t tends to 0. When x tends to infinity, t tends to infinity. So that limits are no problem. Then e to the power of minus x is equal to e to the power of minus t square. Then x to the power of minus half is equal to t square to the power of minus half, that is equal to t to the power of minus 1. Now let us substitute these values in the original integration. 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x, x to the power of minus half dx, that is equal to, limits will be same, 0 to infinity. E to the power of minus x is written by e to the power of minus t square, e to the power of minus t square, and x to the power of minus half is written as t to the power of minus 1 into dx is written as 2t dt. Then this will be equal to 2 into 0 to infinity. T gets cancelled, t to the power of minus 1 and t gets cancelled. E to the power of minus t square dt. That means ultimately this becomes 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of minus half dx becomes a simpler form, 0 to infinity e to the power of minus t square dt. Then this is like a well-known integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus t square dt is a well-known definite integral, and its value is square root of pi by 2. Square root of pi by 2. You please try to solve this integral using polar coordinates. Very useful integral for physics, science, engineering and mathematicians. It's a very good integral, very important integral. Either you remember the value like square root of pi by 2 or you try to solve it using polar coordinate. Treat it as a good homework for you. Please do it on your own. It's a very important one. Now, ultimately, integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x into x to the power of minus half dx is equal to 2 into square root of pi by 2. That is equal to, that value is square root of pi. This is also very important result. Very important. These are all very important results. Please remember them. Now, gamma half is equal to, from above it implies that gamma half is equal to square root of pi. Please remember this value. Very important value, very important value. Will be very handy for you in many definite integral calculations and also in using the gamma functions in this type of problems. Now, factorial 4.5 is equal to gamma 4.5 plus 1, that is equal to gamma 5.5 is equal to, from the previous one, 29.531 to 5 into gamma half. 29.53125 into gamma half. Replace that gamma half value with square root of pi. That implies 4.5 factorial is equal to 29.53125 into square root of pi. Therefore, 4.5 factorial is equal to 29.53125 square root of pi, that is equal to 4.5 is equal to x into square root of pi. From these two we get the answer, x is equal to 29.53125, which involves greatest integer x is equal to 29. This is the answer. This can be asked in JEE Advanced. Numerical values, 2-digit numerical value. What is the value of greatest integer x? For in factorial 4.5 means it is 29. It can be asked in any CSIR examination or UGC NET examination or any higher engineering mathematics GATE examination or in any higher mathematics examinations like Olympiads. If they have asked you, please do this, and this way, even though the video is little bit longer, I have gone into each and every detail to explain in detail, because this is the new concept which I have introduced to you, each and every detail, so that this gamma function from scratch I wanted to explain you, and I tried my level best to explain you, and it took little more time. Please bear with me, try to understand the concepts well to do better in the examinations. And there can be a Stirling's approximation formula also. Stirling's approximation formula also, which is an approximation for this gamma function for finding the factorial values. If you want, in terms of the gamma function, you adopt this method, or if you want to use Stirling's approximation, that is up to you. I have already explained in my previous videos. And this gamma function I wanted to introduce to you. This even n is equal to 4.8, 5.8, 7.2, any value n, you can use this gamma function, and you try to find out the Stirling's approximation constraints, and try to apply the whatever best suitable method as per the question asked in the examination. Do it and do better. You please cross check. All the values from this gamma function and try to do comparison, the values of Stirling's and also the values of gamma function, so that the more and more you practice, the more and more you become perfect in mathematics. With this, I want to conclude my lecture on this topic. Best of luck to everybody. Thank you for listening to me. Here, what we have done here is that we have defined the gamma function, and we have seen that gamma n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n, and we have seen that gamma n plus 1 is equal to factorial n, and we have also seen that factorial 0 is equal to 1 from the gamma function, and we have also seen that gamma half is equal to square root of pi, and hence factorial 4.5 is equal to 29.31 into square root of pi. The greatest integer value for x is equal to 29. It's a very good example. I am going to come out with some excellent example on the application of real number factor numbers factorials and also usage of gamma function in unknown variables of A and B. If something is equal to factorial AB, where factorial AB is not a integer, positive integer, then how to find out A and B or A plus B? This type of questions do increase your awareness in the application of mathematical functions like gamma functions. And there is another function is also called beta function. I will be taking up in future classes. I will be coming up with a very good example of finding A plus B and where A, B are unknowns and how to find using gamma functions A and B. Gamma function for A into B factorial, where A and B are not integers, they are real numbers. With this, I want to conclude this lecture. Best of luck to everybody. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for seeing my lecture. And if you feel there is a value addition to your knowledge, kindly share my video to all known people to you, and also kindly subscribe to my channel Maths and Science by IITian. Thank you. Best of luck to you.